penises.
But in all seriousness, I have always been kind of reserved when it comes to sex. Actually, me acting out on my sexual desires, I've been very shy about that. And whether it comes from a very strict Christian upbringing, probably,
yeah.
But again, and I've always, I still use this phrase as something of a joke and humorous, but the healthy sense of shame, that's an indoctrination that I've yet to shake.
I can tell because you're calling it healthy.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I was gonna say it's shame. Not really a great one.
It's like the problem with these people is they don't have enough shame in their life.
Yeah.
They need to be shameful, and that is a indoctrination that I've carried on and still struggle with, especially when you have very pro-sexual attitudes, especially in this community. Well, yeah.
I was gonna say, are you trying to tell some tales here, son?
No, I'm not trying to tell anything.
There's a
nasty.
spectrum of there is a level of shamelessness that you can see with the president, for instance.
Yeah.
Well, a couple of months back, me and Jamie and the Pride Committee, we had a discussion, whereas we talked about my feelings with Pride and some of the goings on there that seemed very sexualized, and I was always been uncomfortable with that. Even showing my own sexuality and sexual desires has always been something I've always, nobody would know that I was attracted to them because I was too embarrassed to show, nor was I confident enough to share that with anybody because it's something that I kept to myself, and I'm still struggling with it, whereas I find it very difficult for me to go, I think that person is attractive. I want to get nasty with that person, but my nasty is very.
That's a shelf, but
yeah. And I'm talking about the little koala.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm here to help you out here, but no. So that's sort of in my mind the part of the purpose that Pride still serves, right? Is one, we're here, but two, we're queer and get used to it. But it's also like you can be comfortable in who you are. Yeah. So overdoing it that day and just going, full rainbow, feather, boa, queen, etc. And like makes I said, every other day feel like,
And like I said, I have no problem with it, but there's a comfort level that a crossing of boundaries that I'm still working on.
Yeah.
And that's why the whole straight pride thing. That's one of the reasons why straight pride doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I'm in no way held back by society by being straight. There's no reason for me to flaunt. Oh, look how proudly straight I am. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, just gonna say that's just I think everyone can get one of those, and it's called a wedding, and it's about me and this particular person, but no one's saying no. There isn't a mainstream, straight people you should stop, straighten it up or whatever.
Yeah, not only have I never been oppressed because of my
straightness.
Straightness, but I also get to enjoy a lot of privileges just based on that fact. So it's not something that
you get to get away with that outfit.
Like, I've never overcome all these things, and that's why I have so much straight pride. It just doesn't work.
Why do you think these people fear the vagina and the penis?
What?
I was never brought up that way, so I don't know how to really wrap my head around that kind of sexual repression.
When you say these people, do you mean the penis
What do you mean these people?
What do you mean these people? Yeah. Or do you mean straight pride?
The religious.
That's a very broad category. Do you mean
in general,
the evangelical bent in the United States?
Yeah, let's start with that. Yeah.
Or
because you notice people talk about how they're sexually more liberated, say in Europe as opposed to America. So let's talk about the American culture.
It's got a way more repressive,
uptight.
How many hours is this show?
Well, it's the continuation of a cultural tradition from the Second Great Awakening. Where everyone was fire and brimstone, and this is the right way to be. And
I remember a couple of years back, I was watching, and this is back in when I was less educated, but it was on one of the Survivor seasons. And there was a girl who was dressing in just bikinis, and one of the other guys, the evil guy in the tribe, was angry.
The evil guy. Okay.
He was angry at her because of what she was wearing was tempting him. And he was, of course, Christian, Firestorm. And I was like, first of all, that's stupid and insulting and misogynist and
oh God.
The
in
idea,
his defense, if you're
on
an island where people are always watching you with cameras, I can understand how a person might feel sexually frustrated and unable to wank or whatever.
But blame it on her?
Yeah, no, that's the part that's wrong. It's like someone else's existence. Her
body was causing temptation for him. Therefore, he wanted to vote her off.
That's just pathetic.
I was gonna say
that's why I don't watch that anymore.
Okay.
That one, did he win that season?
You know what? I think he came back a couple times.
I feel like I need to reel us back in.
Yeah, reel us back into the chainsaw penis.
Okay.